What's up, guys? The man with the brush here. I just want to say good morning, and I am super stoked about this YouTube channel thing. And yeah, I'm just kind of chilling in my backyard this morning, and I'm having my coffee, getting ready for the day. And are you guys ready? Today's the big day because we're going to be doing a awesome first tutorial video, and I'm pretty stoked about getting right into it. So anyways, we're gonna have some fun. Again, like I said, within these videos, it's not just gonna be about all education and stuff, but definitely want it to be fun and exciting for you guys too. So, but I'm in my backyard right now and it's freaking beautiful. So I gotta show it off. Check this out. I know, it's beautiful, huh? Anyways, enough of that stuff. It's time to go inside and get busy with doing some nails. What do you guys say? All right, let's do it. What's up, guys? How you doing? The man with the brush here. So yes, we are ready to rock and roll. I'm super excited about this tutorial, and one of the things that we're going to be focusing on today is how to put a form on correctly. And two, a lot of nails have different shapes, and so putting a form on can be a little difficult sometimes. So I'm going to teach you some tricks about how to put a form on. In general, if you have a bit nail, or if you have an over C-curved nail or a round tip per se. So there's some tricks in that, some custom ways to custom fit the actual form on the nail before building the acrylic out. So anyways, with that said, I hope you guys are excited. I'm also going to show you an easy way to file the acrylic nail that I build out off your free edge once the nail has been created from the acrylic from the form. So I'm going to do a couple of those things. There's going to be some before and after pics of the nails I'm going to be actually doing today. But anyways, I hope you guys have a lot of fun. I'm super stoked. You guys ready to do this? I know I am. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, don't mind the glasses. Yo! I have to wear glasses now. But with that said, I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So this is a form, and if you guys can see, yeah, they're like little stickers basically. So I'll just kind of show that to you. And what's really unique about this is how I'm actually going to build the nail today. So it's pretty exciting. But there's different ways you can make these things fit. So depending on the person's fingers. Already basically got the fingernails shaped. You can kind of see where this finger has more of a flat edge, and then this finger has more of a round edge. And so I'm going to show you how these forms will actually go on in different ways. So they're not all just going to go on really easy. And so there's a lot of folks out there that ask me all the time, how do you put the form on? And it doesn't fit right. Well, unfortunately, there's no real simple rule on a way that it's supposed to go on. I think it's more of just trying to identify, the way it looks, and then going from there. So let's jump right into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my first form off, and I always take the back side of my sticker, as you guys can see, and I'm going to put it on the back. And what that does is it just gives it a little bit more support. In doing that, I'm going to rip from the center, I'm going to push it up, and I'm going to bend it in. And I kind of like just pucker it like this. And so you guys will kind of see like how it looks. And so then what I'm going to do is when I actually put this form on, I'm going to make sure that her finger is straight. And when I go in, I'm going to go underneath that free edge. So if you guys can see that free edge, and I'm going to just rock it right up in there. Real quick, I'm just going to show you. The form doesn't actually fit extremely well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back off, and I'm going to show you guys a quick trick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to kind of cut a V out. And now you guys will see that there's actually a more deeper area where I can actually slip this form on. So if you can see that, I hope you can. So how it's going to work basically is now when I slip this form on, oh my gosh, look at that. It goes right up, and it's right against your smile line, where the natural nail actually shows. And what's really unique about it is I can use that to my advantage now, so that when I'm building this nail out, it'll all come together. So that's the way that would go on as far as that nail goes. And now again, this nail is really shaped in more of a round shape. So again, all nails are different in shape. So, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. So this nail, I'm looking at this nail has more of a flat edge, kind of like, you know, if you have a bitten nail. This one's not really bitten, but it's been filed back to kind of show an example. And so what I'm going to do for this nail, because I can't just get the form on there, actually I'm going to show you what it would look like if I put the form on this guy naturally, okay? And you're going to see as I do this, again, all we're going to do is round it up. But when I round this guy up, it's going on there, but it's not like very secure against the actual nail underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this guy flat. So this little guy is pretty important. This little sticker right here is actually a very important little tool. So what I'm going to do is, let me pull this back off. And what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this sticker right behind it. So now that it's straight, so you guys can kind of see where it's straight across, it's no longer round. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and then I'm going to pucker this form. And then when I go to put this form on, look at what just happened. Okay. It's really cool. So now the form fits really good and it's up against the nail the correct way. And it's all because I made that little custom cut in the actual form. And what you guys basically want to do is always identify as you're going into it. And the more that you guys are, I guess, prepared, then what will happen is you'll kind of get an idea how these things fit on. Everybody's fingers are different. Every single set of nails I do. Little, big, small shapes, all that good stuff. So this nail, for example, again, I'm just going to show you when I put this form on, is that there's a huge C curve on, well, not huge, but there's a C curve on this nail. And so her finger is already really tiny. So as you can look at it from a side view, per se, you just want that form to sit straight. You don't want it to go down or up or anything like that. But you can see where the C curve itself is really round. So it really puckers in. And that shows that it fits well. But there's just a difference in how that form would actually go on. Now, pinkies like this are really tiny. Super small fingernail here. And I think what I'm going to end up doing with this guy is I'm going to do the same thing as I did over here. It does look like the form would fit. And what I'll do is I'll kind of take a look and I'll go in here and I'll see if it'll fit. It looks like it will. So actually I'm not going to cut this. I'm just going to put the support again on the back of the form. And I'm going to rip this out like this. And basically I'm going to pucker in, pinch the form a little bit, and then I'm just going to push on it, just like a little spring. Boing, boing. And then what's going to happen is I'm just going to, again, come down with it, and then I'm going to rock it up. And by doing that, it's going to allow me to make sure that the form fits correctly. And now this form, I'm going to show you guys an example of this form. Her finger actually is going crooked. Not to point it out to be rude, but just to show you guys, the finger is kind of going like this. It's like a snake right now. And some fingers are like that. I've worked on lots of fingernails and lots of fingers where they end up crooked. And I always call it the goofy finger. But with that said, I just kind of want you guys to see, if you guys can see, how the finger, well, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know what a good angle would be, but the finger is kind of, it's going like it's going sideways kind of. I can see it from my, I hope you guys are able to get in there. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can. But I'm going to make this fingernail actually look natural when we're all done. And that's what forms are great for, is you can do those type of things. We'll go ahead and jump on into our thumb real quick. Forms are really, really, really fun because when you put a form on a fingernail, a couple of good things I want to go ahead and point out real quick. And that is that why I do forms is it allows me to have more of a canvas. Also, I like my clients to be able to wear their natural nail, and when they put a fake tip on, basically you're not wearing your natural nail. I'm just going to be basically upfront with you guys so you just are understanding the difference of my belief system and why I do forms versus putting tips on. I want my customers, my clients, to be happy with being able to wear their real nail. And so, as you can see, this nail is pretty short right now. Okay? If I ever was to be putting tips on this person, okay, for example, in about 4 to 6 weeks, when their nail starts to grow out after they came back once or twice for an appointment to get a fill done or whatever, their nail's going to grow out. But as that nail grows out and they want a new set of nails, what tends to happen with a lot of folks out there, and there's nothing wrong with that, that's just how they were taught, that's how they do it. Again, this is a tutorial about forms, so I'm just trying to give you guys an example of the difference. When it's time after 6 weeks per se, 4 to 6 weeks, and they want to put a new set of nails on, they're going to take those nails off, but they're going to have to cut the free edge, which is this little white part right here, and next to her skin, which is her fingernail. And when they cut that back, they have to cut it back in order to then glue a new tip on there. You can't glue a tip onto something that's already growing out. So unfortunately, I don't know why they would want to cut a nail off, but I hear a lot of crazy things out there, how they're, you'd be in a salon and they'll cut the nail off and it's already pretty natural and it looks really pretty. Oh, I want to put a fake set of nails on you. Well, they cut it off. It's like, don't do that. So anyways, my goal is to keep it all natural. I would rather my client to be happy wearing their real nail. So I can keep nails on for 6 months at a time, meaning this. They could come in 2 weeks later and get a complete transformation color change and a fill even, and I wouldn't have to take the acrylic nail off that I built. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever. The goal is now that their natural nail will continue to grow out and it'll have its natural shape that I've been working on for the last few weeks or months. Over a period of time, it becomes an overlay. That's all it is. And with color change. And we'll get into those things later in more tutorials. So with that said, I just wanted you guys to understand the difference. So we're going to go ahead and put this thumb form on. And basically, again, what we're doing is we're going underneath. I'm getting underneath that fridge. I'm rocking it up. And then I pucker it at the bottom. And then there she is. So as you guys can see, I've got all 5 fingers on. And so basically what you're going to do is just going to repeat this process with the other 5 fingers, and then you're just going to continue from there.